Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, we are going to be trying to prep a lot of things for this next season of planting. What we're doing, I've already got this field here plowed, with the exception of that little tiny spot over there. But we have changed some things around. As you can see, we have a lot more money than where we left off last time. We're up to $215,000. So, if you remember from last episode, we were negative $700. I did sell all of the corn supply that we had. Let me go in here. So, I downloaded this mod as well, time saving stock check. Super handy for you to be able to check how much product you have or how much commodity you have, and then the max price and max value of what that is and what the current value is. So really handy for you to know, like, hey, if I go ahead and sell it right now when I'm harvesting it, what's the value versus if I waited. So nice to know that. But we have zero stock of corn. So if we go up here, where am I looking for? Finances? I'm so sorry. There we go. Finances. So new vehicle purchases, January. Let me also go down here. What we got from harvest. Harvest income, $414,000. I'd say that's pretty good. I'd like it to be a lot better if we're gonna buy a couple more tractors and do a bunch more things, because most of the tractors that we really need for a farm this size cost about that much, and that doesn't include the implement or anything else. So got that. I have been using AI workers to help me out a little bit just with trying to get stuff moving and shaken. So I'd like to eventually get to where I can put out 2 episodes a week. And that means that either the videos are going to have to shorten, or I'm just going to have to do a lot more with it. So we purchased new vehicles, $165,000. That would be this right here, this Case Steiger, the quad track version, 550 horsepower. And then we also, this cultivator right here, this shallow cultivator, is something we are leasing. I don't know why it's tweaking so badly, but... oh goodness, why are we in the trees? Oh, that's nice to know. How did you get yourself in here? How? Okay. Oh my goodness. You know what? This class tractor right here is... I don't know why it's so dang loud. This class tractor right here is something we leased, and then this ripper is something we have purchased. So it's a ripper, not technically a plower, but does the same thing. So give me just one moment. Let me fix this. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's back. It's fixed. There we go. Has he even plowed anything? Let me just plow right here, so that way he's hopefully not tempted to do the same thing. What is he doing? I wonder, so the plow can be just a 3-point hitch instead of like a pull behind like that. I wonder if the AI thinks that it's just the 3-point version. I don't know. We might have to come back and sorry, let me click through here. There we go. So I am going to hold on. Hire a worker. Yikes. I really don't want to have to do this ourselves, but we might have to. I mean, what is he doing? Alright, let me go do this first. We're just going to switch it to the 3-point, because clearly he doesn't... Clearly he doesn't like it like this. Which, you know, that's alright, I guess. Oof. Nope, 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 nope. Road's not wide enough for that. Road is not wide enough for that. We are just starting off strong today, it looks like. Don't take out the mailbox. Extension, 3-point. Which would make sense. It seemed like that this Ripper was somewhat set up in a way where that could have been easily detached. So we'll run with it. Oh gosh. I don't like it as much, of course, as a regular 3-point. We're just gonna cut through the yard. Okay. AI workers blocked by an object. Who's blocked? You're not blocked. Well, this is AI worker J. Who freaking knows? Alright, so this is what I want to do. How do we... There we go. Something else that has happened. It is gonna be this field over here that was planted with, I believe, beets. We have plowed and cultivated it. So I want to get hay in here and start doing that. I feel like it's the perfect field to do so. It's right by the house. Might also have to get a little storage barn or something back in here or somewhere around here, so that way we can store it and hopefully do cows soon. That would be really cool. So, we are going to, nope, hop into this thing here. And we are going to go get a seeder, rent a seeder. Hopefully there's one that this thing can pull okay. It's only 125 horsepower. But I don't think there's something big enough that we could pull with the Super H, so we're gonna do it with this. Also, we need to do some maintenance on this thing, so even though I do technically have a shop there to do it myself, we'll just do it up here. Which, I'm not sure if they do it in-game or not, but I feel like they should make it cheaper if you fix a vehicle at your own house using your own tools and stuff. That would make a whole lot of sense, to me at least. We are going to repaint. We are going to repair. And then see what kind of customization we can get. Okay, that's good. Well, I already have that. Do we want rear? I don't want narrows. I think we just keep it like this. And go into here. We're looking for cedars. Where's the cedar? Cedars. Oh my goodness. Do we not? Okay, there's something. Goodness gracious. These are all plenty good. Only 5.2. Obviously, we can't pull something big like that. Is there anything that doesn't require much? It's only 4 meters. It's 4.6. So we might be going with this thing. You know what? That's fine. Side attachers. Oh, you know what those are? I think I know what those are. That's pretty cool. Let's go with the Michelin's duo rib. That's interesting. Sure, let's try that. I know what this is. We are going to lease 1, 2, 3. Look at that. No, I don't know if this takes... Probably does take... It does take fertilizer, but it is going to be solid fertilizer. So, let's go over here to our seed. And refill that. Okay, so now... we just attach this to the other two. You know what? I need to get rid of traffic. Game settings. Vehicle control. Oh, traffic. There we go. And we'll see if we can't get this to our field. So far, not good. I mean, I don't think that this is going to... Maybe I can do it like this, and then... And I mean, maybe I can do it like this. But I have no idea if this drive is big enough back here. I don't think it is. This is dumb. It's gonna look cool. I know it's dumb. But we will just come back and get those. And drive them all the way back here. Not like we don't have time to. So I'm gonna... Oh goodness, I hate this. Sorry. I'm gonna go get those set up. And I will see you back here in just a minute. Okay, so I think I have everything set up. Okay. There we go. Let's see how it does. Not going very fast, but it does work. It, it does work. Man. Alright, kind of cool. 3 mile an hour is not very fast, but we are pulling 3 of these at a time, so... This is just ridiculous. Okay, now we lower this one, we lower this one, and we lower this one. And off we go. Oh my goodness. All 3 of them are planting grass. It's kind of crazy that you can't synchronize them. Like if I select the first one, no, I'm not seeing anything to synchronize them. So I am gonna get this done, and I am going to speed up the process quite a bit for you guys. Also probably need to check on the AI workers. and see how they're doing. But yeah, this is how we're gonna plant the grass field. It is definitely a more inexpensive way of doing it. All right, yeah, let's get it done. All right. That went a lot slower than I thought it was going to. Um, I'm not sure what the discoloration here is all about. I think everything took okay. Yeah, it seems to be all right. So we're just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna return these, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, so we've got quite a bit done. If you'll notice, the money did go up. The reason for that being I sold a bunch of stuff off. We used to have in the red barn over there had a skid steer and a Kubota and a trailer and some attachments and stuff like that. We weren't going to use them. I sold them off. I'm probably going to get a skid steer eventually. I usually prefer those to do hay work, and move bales around and stuff like that. But it doesn't. I didn't want the one that we had. So we're over here and we have enough money to buy a planter. That's what we're going to do because the planter allows us to continue on with corn and it also is going to allow us to do beans. So, I would love to buy possibly this Kinsey planter, but I think we're going to go just with an older John Deere planter. Obviously, I don't want to do something super unrealistic like the $79 or $80 for this planter here seems just a little too cheap, in my opinion. We could just technically lease this case and get everything done really, really quickly, but I used this planter last time, really liked it. I don't think we don't have the field sizes for something like this, a big 36 meter planter. These Kinsey ones aren't bad either. 18.2 versus the 17.8. I mean, 4905, 4905. We could just pretend like it's an older one. Obviously that's significantly cheaper, I would say. Why is it so dark in here? Yeah, let me check one more. Okay, I would love that harvester. That's a nice harvester. Okay, so that's not on discount right now. Let's just go with, man, what are the different designs? That doesn't change a whole lot. Does that change anything? Sure, beacon light. I mean, Oh, that's changing our seed there. Okay, we don't need to do anything unrealistic. Probably just leave the design color as is, and then I don't know. Let's go with this one here. We want the front liquid fertilizer tank. Oh, no. We want the crawlers. Gauge wheels, spoke gauge wheels. I don't know that this does anything, but it makes me feel better about what in the about not spell. Oh my goodness, we're already up past 200,000. Never mind. We can't even do all that. Crawler tracks is another 55? That's crazy. Okay, what do we actually not need? Okay, we kind of need those. Clean disk configures. Drag changes are cheap. Sure. Attachers. Trailer hitch. I guess we're buying it. All right. So we're going to use the old case stagger here. And we're going to plant. Man, that is not a lot of money. That's all right, though. I think we got rid of... No, there's technically some seed over there. Can I... There we go. This is all liquid fertilizer over here. Just fill it up. Fill it up. Alright, we've got that. Now we just need some seed. How much? Yeah, we're probably gonna need about 4. Let's pretend like we're individually carrying all these bags over, I guess. Keep refilling. This might be perfect. Alright, that should be enough seed to get us where we need to go. And I am going to... I guess we're going to start here. We'll start with this field. So, I do... We're also going to need some hay equipment. Which now we do not really have enough money to buy all of the equipment that we need. So we're right back in the predicament that we were. But we now have a planter. We have a planter. We are leasing the cultivator, and we have a plow. So we're closer, and we have a big old tractor to do what we need it to do. So we're gonna go to soybeans. We're going to turn on the seeder. And then steering assist. Let's get this done. Perfect. Look at that. It maybe doesn't look the very best with. Well, if the tractor was red, it probably wouldn't look the best. But it's not red, it's black, so it's okay. So we're gonna knock this field out. Gonna knock the other field out too, and then nope. There we go. Um, we're gonna keep planting. So we've already got the one field planted in grass like I wanted to. It's not the best, but we'll probably just leave that there. It's the realistic turn. Already got the one field planted. Get these done, and we should be all set. I mean, obviously we'll have to come back through. We're putting down fertilizer with this thing as it is, which is good. That means we're only gonna have to do one more round of fertilizer, and then we'll be all set. I don't think I did roll the grass. Um, I don't think I'm gonna roll this as well, because it just seems unnecessary, and I think the yield bonus that you get from it really isn't necessarily worth it for this. I think it's a little more beneficial for the grass. I don't know that for sure. I don't know. But it sounded good. Seemed like the right thing to do. So we did it. So I'll get this knocked out here, and we'll finish planting. All right, and we are wrapping this field up here. Folding up the cedar. Gotta go on to the next one. I want to show you. This is the final field that we're applying. Looks like he's starting on the headlands, which is good. And we will be all finished up for yet again another season. So, everything took here. We've got soybeans planted. Hop back in. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Hop back in here. Soybeans growing. Yield bonus 63% because it is 50% fertilized. The only thing it says it needs is rolling, which we're not gonna do. So, go on to the next field here. I'm just gonna go down the road, do this final one in the corner. Not sure still yet. Is it gonna be more equipment that we need to get before buying more fields? We need we need to do something to increase our revenue, and I really do think that that's going to be that yet another again. Ugh, can't talk today. Yet another one. This is a very large planter, which came in super handy for taking out that field. There's like, I don't know, I got it done in probably 10 or 15 minutes. These ones, that's going to be a different story, but it's all right. So we're going to unfold it, which just takes a minute. So we'll get this knocked out here and just keep on going. I will also look at what kind of equipment we can buy for the grass care. We go over here. And show you this field. 92% yield bonus. It is 100% fertilized. So, pretty good. Grass growing. Excuse me. Obviously, it's going to take a minute or two, but we should get, I mean, a decent bit from there. It's not going to be anything crazy. Still not sure too. I mean, if we go in here, look at construction, go down to cows. Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a lot of money for a decent sized cow barn. Obviously not enough money, but you know, 209 cows. I gotta look more into, goodness gracious, which one makes more sense for us. I don't think I'm gonna get any of the ones with the robot. Ooh, we could just get a cow pasture, but I don't see that as making sense for us doing dairy cows. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And listen, I realize that this one's not bad, honestly. That one is not bad at all. With milk. Okay. I understand that cows are not the most profitable, but I like cows. I don't know what else to say. I like cows. Um, they're just a fun animal to play through with. So, and I understand that they're a lot more work, but I also don't want to just... Things like goats, to me, you just have to give them grass, give them... Is this... Nah, this is not turned on. There we go. Things like goats just seem kind of like a money hack, because all you need is water and grass, and neither of those things are very hard to get or keep up with. So, in terms of animals, I think cows are a little bit much as far as what they actually need. Yes, there are plenty of farmers out there who do go to great lengths to feed them silage and feed them all this other stuff, but at the same time, cows are perfectly fine with a little bit of grain mix and some good grass, or access to grass, or hay. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm gonna get this next field knocked out here, and probably have to top it back up with some liquid fertilizer. I think we're gonna be all right with seed. Should be able to get through most of the fields with this amount of seed, which is nice. And we will return from there. Probably we're not gonna get to harvesting in this episode yet. And right now it's just planting, harvesting. But this is necessary to get where we need to be with everything. And we'll start doing some new things soon. So thanks for sticking around thus far, and I will return shortly. Alright, so hopping in here, we need more fertilizer. Now, I recognize after the last video that the clip of us buying this little top kick truck right here did not make it into the video because that video got deleted on accident. So we're gonna show you a little bit of play with this. It does have, oh my gosh, I need a steering wheel set up or something, because this is, it just takes, look at that, it takes so long for it to return to center. Anyways, we are going to take this to fill up the planter with some more liquid fertilizer. Should be done, or just about done, with plowing. Let's check this field when we get up here. Looks like Looks like he's done. Awesome. That's a lease tractor, so we need to get that thing back to working and cultivating this other field here. I did turn the AI traffic off. I'm not happy about it. I may return it to normal again, but with the amount of times that we were moving back and forth on the road, it was jamming up all the time. And to try and get around those traffic jams, sometimes you can't, and I don't currently know of a good way. Maybe in the easy dev tools there's a way to unjam the traffic or something. But it was just becoming too much, so I got rid of it. Alright, let's park this right here. Alright, we are done with the plow. Let's fold this up. I'm just going to leave this right here in front of our barn, since it won't fit in the barn. Nope. That's... lower it. There we go. This should have enough power to pull the cultivator, I hope. Let's create a job. It's not what we want. Cultivators. It is this one here. 400 horsepower. Oh gosh. Just say it's an 870 stage 3. So we can go vehicles. 320 horsepower. Let's see what he does. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. He does have a weight. Hopefully he figures out where he needs to go and what he needs to do. That's, hold on. Not automatic. We want 90 degrees. Oop. There you go. See if that makes a difference. I just want to see how he... Alright, we'll come back to him. I'm just gonna keep on. So we've got a good bit of this already planted. I need to come back through here and do these other passes before we do the headlands in this upper portion here. And we'll get it done. Slowly but surely. Okay, wanted to hop in here and show you how this guy's doing. Not terrible. 5 miles an hour is not great. But he's a worker, so it's alright. We've got a weight on the front. I don't know if that's helping or hurting him right now, but it's keeping the wheels down, so we'll take it. I think this is just where we're going to leave him for now because we really, really need this field finished up. I probably don't have to cultivate. I know that this is a direct drill, but not. It's just not realistic at all. Trying to plant into those very large dirt mounds. We might do a direct drill session after the beans. That's probably a little bit more realistic. Some people do it with corn too. I recognize that, but it's also very beneficial to plow the field and get all those stalks turned over and into the ground, use as fertilizer. So, oh, that's just what we're doing. A little bit overkill this time around, but I just want to get the fields worked up properly, and you know, maybe we'll go back through, just use a cultivator um, and do that each time. So we'll see. But for now, we are continuing work on these fields. I am about to finish up with this one right here, and then we will make our way over. I might have to swap the class out, and yeah, probably gonna have to do that and use that to plant, and use this one for the cultivator, because otherwise we are going to get very behind and jammed up pretty quickly. So knock this out, and we'll bring back in when we probably switch out tractors here. Alright, we're hopping in here and we are going to swap out tractors, because we've finished planting up the other field. It's going pretty quickly. I do like that planter, mostly for the size, but it's also, it's quick. It pulls quick. It's easy. And that makes getting all these big fields done so much easier. So we're going to leave this here, unhire him, drop that trailer, come out of there. Hopefully the I can't imagine the planter needs more horsepower than what this class tractor has. I'll try and get things fairly lined up here. AI worker, we're just gonna set this to 90. So sometimes you can come in here and mess around with the work direction, just to get the lines where you would like them and the orientation the way you want them, and that just reset it. Sick. See how they kind of, I don't know, they're not straight, now they're straight. So, accept, hire. He's gonna probably do a couple laps. Where are we? There we are. He's probably probably gonna do a couple laps to figure out where he wants to go, and then we're just gonna take this tractor over here to the planter. I'm gonna have some downtime, so we're gonna need to wait for him to finish up cultivating the field, which is all right. And we'll keep on keeping on. So this field's done over here. There we go. So we're just gonna, yeah, just gonna wait. 50% fertilized, needs another stage on it. This one needs rolling. All right, so we're in good position right now. I'm trying to think if there's really much else. Obviously, this field needs cultivated. The one over here in between needs cultivated. And then that's planted. This here's planted. Pretty good position, not bad. We'll continue knocking these out and then kind of go from there. Um, just curious as to how expensive these mowing systems are. I could get, I don't know, that swather's a little expensive for my taste. Probably just get like a nice setup like this, 9.4. Yeah, probably just get a big setup like that. I like this too. This could work. This is a pull behind. That wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. We'll check it out. Obviously, this is just a little overkill for what we're trying to do. So, yeah, we'll check it out. We might be able to get away with buying most of the equipment and then leasing some, or leasing some. I don't know what the heck that is. Boom. You need that for this or something? Interesting. All right. Well, we'll check it out. I'll bring you guys back in once we have this field all cultivated up. Oh, that's nice. He's going back through and doing things he doesn't need to be doing. Awesome. It's going to take a while. All right, guys. We'll be right back. All right. I'm getting a little bit later start this morning. This is probably my third or fourth session of recording for this episode. I was kind of scrolling through the mod hub. There are just way too many mods to even get through in half an hour. I mean, you're going to be, to go through every single one, you're going to spend almost half the day just looking through mods. But I was downloading some. I think for the next series, I kind of want to do some 90s style farming. Uh, do a, not necessarily a smaller map, but a map that has smaller fields than this. Kind of make it an interesting little fun. It'll probably be a little bit shorter of a series with that one, just because you cap out on your equipment sizes and stuff. So I don't know. I thought it'd be cool. I absolutely love those old tractors. I'll show you what I'm kind of talking about here. So literally all of these John Deere's here, not the 6R series and that, but the 4000 series, 6000 series, those kinds of tractors, and then into the small ones. I know there's quite a bit. I mean, all these internationals are really cool. I got some of these Fiats here. And then into the John Deere's, like, where's I think this would be like a 40. Can you get a 40? Yeah, 4020. I mean, just an iconic tractor. I would absolutely love to do some farming with this, but it's only 85 horsepower, so not a whole lot you can do with something like that. Unfortunately, the current mod hub does not have a ton in the way of old school farming, so I might have to go and source some stuff from outside of the mod hub, which I'm not that experienced in. But that's all right. We're gonna learn. This guy here just doesn't know what he's going to do, so I'm probably going to have to take over here. And we'll return when we've got all this finished up here. All right. All right, we ran out of fertilizer and we're almost out of seed. So let's start this up here. I am definitely going to have to. Goodness, that's loud. Definitely gonna have to fill this up here. This truck's so ridiculous. The gear shifts are so loud. So, we're going to go over here and grab some fertilizer. We need seed. I'm not sure how we're going to go about it just yet, because I do not have a seed tender. Could look at getting one. Yeah, but I'm not sure how much that would set us back yet. If we have the money for that or not. But more than happy to look into it. I really thought that we could get through the entire process. I don't think that I filled it all the way up with seed to begin with, so there is that. We're driving through our freshly seeded field, but don't have much choice. Alright, so while that is filling up, let's look here at... Well, we've got these big things here, the conveyal. There's this, we could use the seed tender. This, I believe is for, like, semi-trailers. There's also that seed tender there. There used to be... See here, 25,000. It's not the best. 25. Yeah, man, I really don't want to spend that money. Let's see how much is left in the actual tractor here. Just park this kind of off the field. 14%. I don't know. I don't know that we're going to be able to get through there. I'm going to look and see if there's any other options for a seed tender. I don't think that gravity wagon is going to do what we need it to do because it's probably not going to be able to get high enough. So I'll look for some solutions here and come back with an answer. All right, so I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to purchase this. We don't want the Unreal version. I'm okay with the colors the way they are. I'll buy this. And then we are going to go here. I think we could buy... Buy this, I guess. Yep. I know it's not that um not really any less expensive. Just by a couple grand, but it holds more. And honestly, getting a trailer would give us some good. We could get some use out of that trailer. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I may plop a forklift down at the shop here. This seems realistic. That doesn't seem too unreasonable. Because we're gonna need to get the actual seed tender up onto the trailer, and then we're also going to need to fill it with seed. So how do I fasten, unfasten? Oh gosh. Nope, those are for the mirrors. Unfold, there we go. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna put this over here, and then we are gonna figure out how to get that seed tender up on the truck. Alright, we've got it on there. Now I just got... Ugh. We've got it on there. Now we just need to fill it up. So I'm going to do that real quick, and we'll meet you back at the tractor. Alright, so I figured out that you actually have to hop in this seeder to fill it up or anything. I know this thing's probably squatting pretty good now. It's alright, it's got enough power, and I think this was right. Oh, that's so cool. They got the little chains and everything up front with the binders. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now we are going to head to the field. My mirrors like half closed. I feel like they are. We'll fix that later. Alright, now, this was the field we flipped our truck in last time. I'm not going to do that again because this would be a nightmare to try and put back together. We're just gonna come over here. I am going to first hop into here. Pipe out. Oh my goodness, is this not... Hold on. Do we have any up and down on this? Unload here. There we go. Alright. Try and line it up. And you know what? I could have probably just gotten a trailer and then put some bags in it. Or like filled the trailer up with bags and offloaded it that way. But that wouldn't be much fun. Oh, it's going. Alright. Good enough for who it's for, I guess. And we're we're already full, okay. Pipe in. There we go. Oh, wait, we're out on the one. So let me see. Okay. Maybe it is full. Alright, that works. It fills up pretty quick. Looks like my one singular strap holding it all together is gonna be enough, so we're just gonna take this back off the field. Park this at the old farmhouse. I'm just gonna hop out and run. Never mind. There we go. Alright, you know what? Good enough for our seed there. Perfect. And we're seeding again. Alright, let's get it done. Alright, so we got the case hooked back up to the John Deere planter here. I returned the cultivator and I returned the, I call it a class. I know it's some other people may call it something else, but I call it a class tractor. Return the class, and we are going to knock out this last and final field here. So, I don't know. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a time lapse on this one. Fairly flat and straight-ish field, so should look good. Hope you enjoy. All right, we are gonna need more liquid fertilizer. So let's hop in here and go refill the truck and refill the tractor. We'll do this one more time. I'm glad I got this truck, although it does not have the largest capacity, which is a little bit of a joke just because of the actual size of the tank. Let me see here. Let's go down, and we just have seeds, consumables, liquid fertilizer. I don't have enough money for liquid fertilizer. Okay, never mind. Holy cow. Where did all of our money go? Probably in the leasing costs, if I'm being honest. Probably in the leasing costs. We're gonna have to take a loan out in order to fertilize the fields. Which is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Shouldn't be too much. We'll probably just get a pull behind fertilizer and do it that way. And we have finished up this year's planting. I'm super happy with how this tractor has been performing. I think it's a great addition to the farm without going too big too quickly. We didn't have the money to go anything bigger anyways, and it gets done what we need it to. No issues with the planter whatsoever. So yeah, couldn't be happier with it. We're gonna take all this stuff back to the farm here. I did have to take out a loan for liquid fertilizer. So, not super proud of that. We need to do better at monitoring our money and how much it's actually going to take to get through the season. Oh, let me turn this off. Because we cannot keep doing this. This is ridiculous. We're technically on our second season of planting and be running out of money. We still have to fertilize all the fields, and we are going to need to rent or buy some equipment for harvesting. So I do have a harvester already, but we do not have a seed tender, and to be honest, I'm not super happy with the trailer we've been using to haul the grain either, so that really needs to make a change too. I don't like the way that the dump trailer unloads. It's nothing wrong with the mod or anything like that. It's a frameless dump, and the way those things unload just isn't very good for what we're trying to do. So I'm getting all this stuff cleaned up. We are going to put it in the shed. Probably park it right next to our truck. And I believe this is the first time that this tractor and planter will be parked in the barn. So let me try and not mess this up. Get it in here somewhat straight and somewhat tucked over to the side. We're already too far over. All right, let me mess around with this. It fits in here perfect. Right at the end, it's not blocking the door. It was almost as if this was made to be. So, all right, so we got everything back in here. I'm gonna show you the contract we're probably gonna look to do is this one right here. I do not have a weeder, so we're probably just gonna have to use the equipment that's provided, but for $56,000, there's not really a better option out here for the money that we need for harvesting. So I'm going to do that. I will show you when I am done. Because it's not for our field or our farm, I don't really care to do that. Maybe we'll do some time-lapse videos, but this is it for episode number 3. We are well underway for our second season of harvesting, and we will hopefully come away with a little bit more money and position ourselves probably to try and do cattle or something, because we need another stream of income. I guess we could buy another field potentially, depending on how much money it's going to cost, but we're still down on implements right now. All we have is a planter and a ripper or a plow. So we'll see what we get into next time. I am really hoping that we can make some money and really turn this farm around. So thanks for all watching, and we'll see you in the next one. I tell you what, I regret this decision. And the fact that we may one day have to work this field, this is going to be a lot. 63 acres. I have made one pass with this 27-meter wide, 27-meter wide weeder. Haven't even gone full lap, and we are 13% of the way done. This is going to take me a while, and I am doing it all myself because we cannot afford a worker, and we need every bit of what we get from this contract. We are coming to the end of our first pass. Thankfully, it's already down by 26%, so I'm hoping we get away with not doing a large portion of this field. But this is just taking forever. Again, I say, this is taking forever, and I regret my life choices. That is all. We did it. We finally did it. It took me... I don't even know how long, probably 45 minutes to do that. But it's finally done. And now we have enough money to buy or lease a trailer and fertilize. And then hopefully then again, lease a trailer to, or a chaser wagon to go and harvest with. So thankfully found a way to make the money. And I don't normally like to do contracts, nor do I normally do them in the first place, but here we are. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.